Good day, good day, good day, good day, good day, good day, everyone. Welcome back, grade 7 students. This is your English class with Teacher Ross. How are you today? Are you excited for our lesson? Very good. We are now on quarter 3, week 7, module 7. For the most essential learning competency, raise sensible, challenging, thought-provoking questions in public forums, panel discussions, and etc. For the enabling competency, express ideas and opinions based on text listened to. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to differentiate open forum and panel discussion. Select the most sensible question. Have you participated in a class discussion when you were in grade 6? While listening to your teacher and your classmates, was there a question in your mind that you want to ask? Have you answered some of your teacher's questions? There are different types of a group discussion. 2 of these are open forums and panel discussions. Listening attentively to a group discussion is very important. Now that you are growing, much of your time is spent in some form of a group, whether a class, a friendship group, a peer group, a family, or any other organization. You need to include yourself on the topic that they are discussing. You may ask sensible questions to make the discussion more meaningful. Asking sensible questions in any group discussion is encouraged so that there will be a lively discussion. How will you ask sensible questions? This module helps you how to do it because today we will discuss the ways on how to raise sensible and thought-provoking questions. But first, let us discuss the difference between an open forum and a panel discussion. Open forum. Public or open forums generally refer to a situation in which people can talk about a problem or matter concerning public interest. It is where the public could exercise their right to speech. This means that the audience in such an assembly can participate in the discussion of a certain matter. Public forums are also associated with the places that are open to the public. This means that a public forum has to be done in areas traditionally open to the public. On the other hand, a panel discussion involves a group of experts and thought leaders to discuss a topic or brainstorm solutions to public concern in front of an audience. Panel discussion usually happens in academic conference rooms, convention halls, or even seen in television segments. The audience is expected to listen to every speaker in a panel discussion and is only allowed to raise questions when the moderator says so. Now, the question is, how do we construct thought-provoking questions? Stimulating thought-provoking question in a panel discussion is a gateway to come up with insightful answers. Keeping things flowing with the quality questions get panelists engaged, which in turn gives the panel members a reason to retain what they are learning. A thought-provoking question is a type of question that causes you to think seriously about something. It contains interesting ideas that can make you think a lot. These are questions that start with why and how. Remember, always begin with the basic question, what is? Know the reasons. A certain topic has to be discussed by asking why. Intensify your question by raising a thought requiring one. You may phrase it by asking how or what if. Remember, always to end your time giving positive feedback whether or not they provide you correct and reasonable answers. Examples. Number 1. How can we help each other in this moment of crisis? Next, which is better, modular or face-to-face learning, and why? And will social distancing continue after the community quarantine? Let us compare the following examples. So we have here two columns, the uninteresting questions and the thought-provoking questions. Uninteresting questions, these questions are not encouraging. The person may or may not answer. While thought-provoking questions, these questions cause you to think seriously about something. For example, an interesting question, what is the issue or problem? Thought-provoking questions, how can you solve the issue or problem? Next, uninteresting questions, which is better, online or face-to-face learning? Thought-provoking question, why do you think face-to-face learning is better than online? Note that raising sensible and thought-provoking questions is very important. It will allow the person to tell honestly his inner thought. In this way, that person is expressing his or her real emotions. This time, let us explore further by learning the 5 strategies on how to raise thought-provoking questions. Number 1, do your research. Do a research on the topic, the panelists, and the audience. In this way, you will be able to get in touch to the topic, get connected to the panelists' work or interests, and the issues which the audience will be interested in. Next, make a list. Make a list of potential questions from your research. For example, why is the topic important nowadays? What are the important points that need to be discovered on this topic? What is the most essential common question on everyone's mind? Next, choose the most essential questions. Delete questions that are not necessary and choose questions which you think are important to the topic. Next, number 4, sequence your questions. Your questions should be sequenced so that the panel members and audience will really understand every bit of information. Strategic. Start with questions that are designed to discuss what is happening in the world. Example, why does family conflict exist? Why are children equally affected when family conflict occurs? Okay, specifics. Ask more specific questions where the panelists will be more inclined to show concrete examples. For example, what are the evidences which prove that family conflict may damage a relationship? Application. Ask a question with substantial value and has the ability to apply the information. Example, why do we need to resolve the conflict in our family? Number 5, rephrase and finalize your question. Start short questions in order for the audience and panel members to have focus in understanding the concept. Thus, rephrasing your question is necessary. After rephrasing, you are now ready to finalize your question. Alright, now let us check your understanding on thought-provoking questions. Some of the questions below are sensible and thought-provoking questions that you can raise during the open forum in a panel discussion. Write TP if the questions are sensible and thought-provoking, and N if it is nonsensical and uninteresting. Let us start! Number 1. Are we allowed to attend face-to-face classes? Is it thought-provoking or uninteresting? Okay, very good. Nonsensical and interesting. Why? Because it is It just requires a yes or no answer, and the answer is known by most of the people, which is no. We are not allowed due to pandemic. Next, number 2. How can social distancing be practiced in the classroom? Is it this question a thought-provoking question or nonsensical and interesting? Right, very good. This question encourages discussion and more insights from the members. So this is a thought-provoking question. Next, number 3. Why do married and living in couple be exempt in no back ride policy? What do you think? Is this a thought-provoking or nonsensical and uninteresting? Very good. This is a thought-provoking. This question is interesting and can provide different insights from the members, and it will allow also audience to think of their own answers. Then, number 4, is it okay not to wear face mask if we are 1 meter away from the other? Is this a thought-provoking question or nonsensical or uninteresting? Okay, nonsensical and uninteresting, because again, this doesn't require so much information or insights. It can be answered by yes or no, and we know the answer immediately, which is no. We should always wear a mask to prevent the spread of the virus. Okay, very good. I hope to hear more thought-provoking questions from you during discussion. Let us end this session with the food for thought. It is not the answer that enlightens, but the question. Remember that always formulate sensible and thought-provoking questions to enlighten us from the things that we don't know. It is okay to ask questions as long as we are open and respectful to other people to invite positive and fruitful discussion. Okay, I hope you learned something today. Here is my reference. Thank you for being with me. That would be all for today. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Bye!